Saturday, actually. And today we are going to dive into the Cancer May 2022 reading. Yay! So, my name is Tara, and I'm with Kittens, Weights, and Tarot. And if you would like to learn more about me, then just go down to the information box down below and you can click on my website. You can check out my Leon Mystery School, where I teach mind astrology alongside other teachers and other wonderful subjects. I also have newsletter, my Patreon, lots of good stuff for you guys to check out. Oh, and don't forget Desert Cauldron. We are coming up on our 1 year anniversary at the Cauldron, and it is a shop that was started on May 1st by James and I, and we've been able to make so many wonderful witchy goodies for you guys, and we're so happy that our creations are in the hands of many of you guys out there. And so yeah, we're gonna maybe do a little something special for our 1 year anniversary, so stay tuned with Desert Cauldron. But today we are going to dive into that Cancer reading for May of 2022. So before we get started, I would like to cast a circle. I like to cast an elemental circle to make sure that all of the messages that we receive are for our best and highest good and the highest vibe messages possible. All right, so I'm going to start off here by utilizing all of the elements. You don't have to physically be here with me in this room in order to receive the benefits of being within the circle, because energy doesn't know time or space. So time is really just a 3D concept. But anyway, let's go ahead and light this candle, bringing in a bit of fire energy, just asking that to help us to cleanse our space. Okay, and then next I would like to bring in my little piece of Palo Santo here. And we're going to incorporate some of that air energy, again, just to help to cleanse the space. It smells so good. I don't know how people can go through Palo Santo sticks so fast, because mine, like, they last forever. Kayla, hey, it says you are a Cancer sun. Whoop, whoop. I know that I have Cancer swimming around somewhere in a couple other areas of my chart, more like in some of my planets. So yeah, I'm definitely curious to see what's going on with our little Cancerians for the month of May. Okay, I also have my moon water here. This is actually full moon water, and for full moon, I like to use it for releasing work. So we want to release any energy that is not for our best and highest good. So again, we can get a nice, clear reading for everyone. And go ahead and probably spritz me too. Kayla said Cancer, stellium in 12th house, so I have a lot. Nice. Okay, let's also incorporate our earth energy. And so for earth, I actually have my Mosasaur tooth wand. I've just been really feeling like using this a lot lately. But yes, this is a 90 million year old tooth, and this has an Ethiopian opal on the inside here. And we created a couple of these for Desert Cauldron, but it's not like you come across a lot of Mosasaur teeth. So once the last one is gone, that's it. I don't know where one gets more Mosasaur teeth. So anyway, I'm going to use this to help to cast an elemental circle, as it is very earthy, very grounding. And I'm going to start off to the right of me, which is the north. So give me just a moment. So just calling in the elemental energies of the north to help us to cast our circle today. Calling in the elemental energies of the east to help us to cast our circle today. Calling in the elemental energies of the south to help us to cast our circle today. And calling in the elemental energies of the west to help us to cast our circle today. All right, our circle is cast. Let our work begin, and so it is. Okay, let's use a little bit of sound energy to kind of just break up any lingering bits that might be around here. It's got such a nice sound. All right. Okay, so I have my little list here of goodies that we're going to get into today. So I'm going to start off with doing the monthly reading. And for that, I have a spread that James and I created together. And it's based off of the the traits of a Taurus since we're going into Taurus season. But I believe the questions are written open-ended enough that it could be for any sign. So it's more themed towards, Taurus season, but this spread is for all of the signs. So I'm going to be using it for all of the zodiac. Then I would like to dive into specific areas for our Cancer friends. So health, wealth, love, and career. Then I want to dive into some opportunities and a possible block that we might run into in May. And then for everybody who's actually in the chat today, you'll be able to be involved in a viewer's choice poll. So I'll pose 2 questions and then you vote on the question that you most want me to pull a card on. We'll go into doing a healing. I have my wonderful instrument off to the side here. I'll use that with you guys. We'll close up the circle and we'll do some gratitudes. All right, so the decks that I'm going to be using are the Daily Crystal Inspiration cards. Because I think that, maybe you might want to work with a crystal for the month of May. I also have my essential oil deck for those of you that like dabbling into herbs and essential oils. Maybe that's something that you can also utilize this month. I also have the Playful Heart Tarot, my very own Wally's World Oracle, which you can find the link for down below. And then for some of the other areas that we're going to look at in the reading, I have my Witch's Tarot. It's the backs to that. I have my Universal Folk Oracle, and lastly, I have my 100 Ink Animals Oracle. And so this was a awesome indie deck. There's actually 100 hand-sketched animals on here, which I think is pretty cool. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive into the monthly reading for May 2022. All right, Cancer, sun, moon, rising, or, walking somewhere else within the chart, or perhaps you have a Cancer friend out there and you just want to maybe understand what their month might be like. Okay, so give me a moment to pull all of those cards. I'll use Wally's World to pull a theme card that we'll definitely take a look at for all us Cancers in May. Ooh, looks like we have our card there, so I'm going to set that off to the side. And I'm going to bust out the Playful Heart Tarot next, and that'll be the spread questions. And if you're wondering what the spread questions are, I'll read them aloud later, but I'll read them here as well. But the questions are where we might have an excess of abundance, where our boundaries are a bit weak, maybe needing a little bit more help. Roberto, hey, says hello, all many blessings. How are you? Also taking a look into where our boundaries are strong. Then we can look into how to form stronger bonds with others and maybe a Taurian trait that we can all adopt. Okay, so let's pull those cards here. We have card number 1, making a little bit of space here. Card number 2. Card 3. 4. And our final card, card 5. Okay, and then like I said, I also would like to pull a card for an essential oil and a crystal that maybe we can utilize this month or month of May. I mean, we're almost there. Let's see, Roberto said, fantastico, your energy is always on point and refreshing. Well, thank you. Got to go out and have a little walk today before we had dinner. Just finished up dinner, actually. Got to walk out to, there's a duck pond kind of in the next neighborhood. And so, get to, as the sun's going down, go to see all the little duckies and birdies. It was a nice little walk. And then I experimented for dinner. And luckily, it turned out great. So I have the vegetarian meatballs and kind of put a little sauce with them so that they can broil, and I caramelized some onions and we put that on some whole wheat bread and kind of made like an open faced meatball sandwich. So I think it turned out okay. I wasn't quite sure. I was like, I don't really know how this is gonna go, but hey, it turned out pretty good. James really loved it, so a win. Okay, and I'm just pulling lastly a crystal card here for you guys. So maybe a crystal you might want to use in the month of May. Roberta said nice. This is, but the family was relieved. Yeah, I know. Nobody's gonna die on this one. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and take a look at the spread. So first things first, I want to look at the Wally's World card to take a look at what our theme might be for the month of May. Interesting. So this is actually a picture that my stepmom took when her and my father went to Peru, and they were checking out the Incan ruins, and she was just saying how amazing the set of stairs was, because they're huge. Like you'd have to be a giant to just step up those stairs, you know. So anyway, let's take a look at what our theme is. Okay, so the feeling, perhaps Cancer, the feeling for the month of May is that things seem really daunting, like large, impossible tasks, like this is due by the end of the month, or you need to get this done by the end of the week. And it seems like all of these things all of a sudden came in at once. You know how things pile up seemingly all at once at the same time. Like they couldn't just be, you know, portioned out different parts of the week or the month or the year. Oh no, it seems like a lot of things come at once. So Cancer, it does feel like there's a lot happening for you in May. A lot of things that probably need to be completed or worked on within the month. So it may feel very overwhelming in May, but we'll take a look at our spread and everything, and some you know, things that you can do to feel less overwhelmed, or maybe not feel overwhelmed at all if we figure out how to, maybe we can get around some of these things, but we'll definitely take a look. So it feels like, you know, the overall feeling is going to be like, oh my gosh, there is so much to do. How are we going to get this all done in like 31 days? Okay, let's take a look at the very first question then. Where do you have an overabundance, an excess of abundance? Oftentimes we're always wondering how we can get more abundance, more of this or more of that, and we don't always look into where we have an excess of that abundance. So let's take a look here. We have the Emperor. Okay. So Cancer, this might not be for all of you, but perhaps for some of you, there might be an excess of, the term bossy pants was coming to mind. So there might be an excess of wanting to take control of as many situations as you can, not because you want to be controlling, but because you're very worried about the outcome of those things. So instead of working as a team with others, you decide to take it on yourself. I'll just do it. I'll just direct it. I'll just, you know, get this done. So it almost would feel like on the outside to other people that you're bossing them around or trying to, you know, show off by doing it all yourself, which I don't get that that's the energy actually coming from you. It's, you just, you know, want to be able to get it all done, not have to pressure a bunch of people, you know, not have to worry about people fighting over who's going to do what. It's like, you know what, I'll just take over and I'll just do it. So it's kind of coming off as a bit of a bossy pants. So like an excess of trying to be the controller of several situations. So if you feel like that's been coming up, or people have been telling you, hey, it seems like you're trying to do a lot on your own, that might be the time to pause and decide, why do you feel like you need to do this all by yourself? Why can you not delegate some of these tasks to others who are willing to help you on the project? So it's just a little bit of just pausing, reflecting, and just wondering why, you know, you might want to do all of that all by your lonesome. You know, other people are there willing to help. So just keep an eye on that. And then boundaries. All right, so where might our boundaries be a little weak? Where are they in need of some help? And we have the Queen of Swords. Okay. All right. All right. So this is what's coming in for me is when there's somebody who is very quick on their feet when it comes to speech, where somebody might say something, there's that person that just has those quips. It's just like so fast, they're just able to create humor really quickly. And there's other people that, if you were in a debate with them, they're just so sharp. They just, can, they will destroy anybody in a debate. It feels like when there are people who seem to be very quick on their feet, they decide they have the answers. Here's the answers. Your boundaries may be a little weak in that area where you may feel that if somebody can come up with the answer faster, that somehow makes them more like you should pay more respect to that person. Where wow, they talk really fast and they seem to think really fast. They must know more than me. So almost kind of giving away your energy just because somebody speaks faster or replies faster, when really it has really nothing to do with like intelligence. It's just that's just how some people communicate. And this might even be a Gemini, like hello, where they're just blah, 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 so full of communication. They just need to talk, talk, talk. And some people are intimidated by that energy and they figure, oh, well, this person seems like they know what they're talking about. So, okay, well, yeah, sure. Hey, whatever you want. So this is just a reminder that if you feel like there's somebody just because they have the gift of gab a little bit better than you does not mean that they have better ideas than you. This doesn't mean that they are a better thinker than you. That's just how they communicate. Some people have a slower form of communication, and that's just how it is. It doesn't make one person better than the other. So if you find that you're shut down quite easily by somebody just because they can speak faster or they can quip faster, don't feel like your ideas aren't good enough. Voice them as well. It may take you a little bit longer, but don't shut down just because it seems like somebody already else gave the idea. Okay? All right, let's move on to where our boundaries could be, or they are strong. Oh, all right. We have the Two of Wands. So you're very good at, I was getting more like the completion of projects. So yes, perhaps the theme seems like it's going to be a bit daunting for our little Cancerian friends out there. It seems like there's a lot to get done. You're a finisher. You're good at just, you know what, let's do this, let's get her done. There are many signs and people out there that have great creative ideas. They start a project and then they're like, meh, on to the next project. I wouldn't know anything about that. But there are a lot of people that are also very good at completing each project one at a time. And so that is somewhere where your boundaries are strong. It's not, you don't feel pressured to do another project just because somebody else can't wait for this one project to be finished. You see things through to the end. That's wonderful. So not being swayed by other people saying, oh, okay, well, that's taking too long. Let's just do this. No, you go at your own pace. You do your own thing. You start and you finish if it behooves you. So that is an excellent boundary. All right. Going on to our fourth question. Where can our bonds become stronger with others? So how to form those stronger bonds. And we have the Strength card. Oh, speaking of strong bonds, look at them. They're hugging. Okay, so forming stronger bonds with others is putting aside preconceived notions. So what do I mean by that? Let's say when we think a person might be a particular way because of how they dress or how they talk or how they look, and we don't really know people at their core until we talk with them, have a little chit chat with them, hang out with them a little bit. So try to get to know as many people as you can. I know sometimes, even myself, when I see people on the street, I'm always like a little wary, like how do they look? You know, is there anybody who seems safe or unsafe? You know, um, but you know, when it comes to just trying to create collaboration, we might look at some people and be like, oh, that person might be da 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 da. But then go talk to them. If you feel like you're starting to feel like, oh, you know, you're thinking all these things about this person, but not really knowing this person, maybe try to get to know them as best you can. Because that's where you're really going to find strong bonds with others, is really talking to people and understanding. And then you realize that not everybody who looks like this person is like all these other people. You know, everybody is their own person, regardless of how we look or how we dress or how we sound. You know, so really, really get to know some homies this month. La Luna, hello, hello. Okay, so let's take a look then at an essential oil. So this will either be an actual essential oil or a energy of an essential oil that you may have. So let's take a look here. All right, we're looking for an inspiring essential oil. The key word is freedom. All right, so something that makes us feel free. Let me go through my head on that one. Some essential oils that might be. But the statement here, this is the trigger statement: I have no choice. The true statement: I create my day, my life. So a lot of the things that happen this month, if you ever find that you're kind of in that mode of, oh, well, you know, this person said this, so I had no choice. I had to do this, or I had to do this. Wherever you're feeling powerless or helpless, you might want to change the inner dialogue just a little bit and say, hey, I create my day, I create my life. That's something that we try to tell our students, you know, because I used to be a high school teacher. And we tell the students that, you know, you can do basically whatever you want. They're like, no, we can't. And I was like, yeah, you could. Like, you have the choice to do whatever you want. And one of them said, well, I don't have the choice. Like, if I had the choice, I could walk out of school right now. And I said, well, you do have the freedom to walk out of school right now. I was like, but there's always consequences to that choice. So that's something that they were like, wait, what? You know, I said, yeah, you can make whatever choice you want. You just have to be ready for any sort of repercussions or any fallout from that choice. Sometimes it's a positive thing resulting from that choice. Sometimes it's a not so fun thing. But, you know, that's something to keep in mind, and possibly the essential oil that you guys will be picking out. It said, it is the time to play. Do something different today to shift your routine. Okay, so creating your day. Let's see, when I think of a powerful creator essential oil, you know what would really spark the senses, I think, is clove. So I don't know if you guys have clove on hand. Maybe that's something that you could utilize. I think that would just like really waken things up, like, yeah, I'm in charge, you know? All right, let's take a look at a particular crystal. Ooh, we have jade. Ooh, look at the jade nails coming in with jade. Be the bigger person. And jade is associated with the heart. And wow, as I bang my microphone here. But Cancer, you guys are very watery sign, yes, of course, and known to be deeply feeling, deeply empathic, deeply intuitive. So that as you're trying to create stronger bonds with people this month, as you are completing your tasks, maybe tapping into your heart self instead of the ego, and, you know, taking charge of all situations yourself, or, you know, allowing others to speak over you and silence you when you do have much to offer. All of these things point to jade. They point to the heart, being heart-centered. So perhaps that's something, maybe you don't have jade, but maybe you have another green stone on hand, like malachite or aventurine, something like that. So, okay, there was one last card here, and that is a Taurian trait for our little Cancers to embrace for the month of May. And we have the Five of Wands. And right away, what I was getting with that is that not every little hiccup or every little conflict needs to be a big to-do. You know, it's okay to have little conflicts here and there, to have arguments with people here and there. It's just how we learn and grow and understand other people, and then we move on. But some Cancers, being highly sensitive, highly empathic, sometimes little arguments and little conflicts feel like big things. So you might want to try to embrace how our very grounded Taurus friends kind of deal with that. And so oftentimes they're much slower in their reactions, so they might take the time to kind of feel through it, decide what is the next best course of action, and then they go with that. But they really ground themselves first. So that might be a trait that you might want to try and adopt for this month. Just try it out, see how it works for you, but try and ground yourself in any sort of little skirmish or conflict or something that you may encounter. Ground yourself, take a break on it for a moment, see how you feel about it, and then come back and see what the best course of action will be. So really slowing things down. Okay. Oh, all right. I want to take a look into a few specific areas for Cancer for the month of May. So health, wealth, love, and career. Okay. So I'm going to bust out my Witch's Tarot here. And let's take a look into what you guys got shaking and a bacon this month. Okay. Cancer, health, Cancer, wealth, Cancer, love. Whoa, that's too many cards. And lastly, Cancer, career. Oh, okay. All right. So that's going to be the card. Cool beans. All right. So let me put these away and let's take a look into these 4 areas specifically for Cancer. Okay. So first card, health. Let's take a look at Cancer health for the month of May. 8 of Pentacles. So whatever it is that you've already started doing, working on either your mental health, physical health, emotional health, spiritual health, or perhaps a combination of all those things. This is the message to keep on going, especially when it comes to, let's give the example for physical health. Since, I'm a certified personal trainer, some people feel like when they reach a certain point, if they haven't reached a particular goal that they had in mind, it's like that point where it's like they want to just give up. It's like, I gave it a try, it doesn't seem to be working, and they give up. And it might be like some of you are at that point in some of your health journey, either, like I said, mental health, physical, emotional, spiritual health, where you might want to give up because it's like, it doesn't seem to be working. I'm trying. Maybe I'll just try again later. And this is the message to keep going at it just a little bit longer through the month of May, and then decide what you want to do after that. So remember, and these are all just suggestions. This is what, Spirit is suggesting, for Cancer, is just try to give it a go just a little while longer. And if at the end of May you still want to scrap this idea and try something else, then go ahead and do it, but just give it a little bit longer. Okay. For wealth, all right, let's look at our money. We have the 7 of Swords. All right, so actually, yeah. Okay, so those of you that are on Instagram, I don't know if you've noticed, but for, I don't know, like a year, 2 years, the scammer ratio has quintupled on Instagram, of scammers just taking people's accounts and their profile photo and all their photos and their business information and trying to scam people out of money. And it feels like there's a little bit of extra shady business going on when it goes with into people's money. People trying to scam you out of money, people trying to maybe try to get your credit card number or something like that. So this is just not to scare anybody, but just to say, hey, as you should always be doing, make sure that you keep an eye on your credit card statements and your bank account and things like that. And when it comes to the case of people scamming you out of money, just make sure that you run it through your higher self. If somebody says, oh, I'm so and so and I need a couple of dollars for this, run it through your higher self and your heart. Does this seem like a genuine person genuinely trying to help me or sell me something, or does this sound like somebody who's just trying to scam me out of like $20 or something like that? So this is just a little heads up Cancer, that although these types of things people have been scamming since, I guess people could be scammers since the beginning of time, it's always been going on. It might appear that there are more people trying to scam out in May, but as you should always be doing, always just keep an eye on things, not in any sort of fear, just keeping an eye on things, being adult and vigilant about these things. So just keep an eye on your bank account, your credit cards, and things like that. And other thing that popped up, automatic payments. Those of you that have automatic payment plan, make sure that you keep an eye on those statements as well. There may be, for at least one or two of you, just an error, an accidental error when it comes to the money that's being taken out. There might be overdrawing, so just give them a call and straighten that out. So that might actually only be for one or two of you. Okay, I want to take a look into love. All right, we have the Two of Cups. Well, isn't that just a perfect card to have in the love section? All right, so give me a moment with this one. All right. Okay. All right. So in the month of May, Cancer, I do have a feeling that those of you, first I'm just going to start off with all my single homies out there who are actually looking for a partner. Some people want to stay single, and that's perfect. But those of you that are looking for a partner, just know that there might be somebody coming a little more closely into your sphere. Somebody maybe you would like to ask out on a date. I was also getting this with one other sign for this month. Was it Aries? Oh, I forget now. But yeah, that there was, there's going to be some choices out there for you in May, if you're in the dating scene. And also, if you're already seeing somebody, I do feel like this is a chance to get closer with that person. So you guys sharing more, being more vulnerable with each other. And I feel like this vulnerability that you guys are, expressing to one another just kind of strengthens this bond that you may have. For those of you that are partnered up, you're with somebody for the long haul. I also feel like this would be a great month for you guys to try and go do things together that you haven't done in a while. Like if you haven't been camping in a while, maybe that's been like forever and some change, then maybe you guys go out and go camping. Make it a priority. Make your relationship a priority. So if you feel like you have two really busy schedules and you guys hardly have time to hang out with one another, that can put a lot of stress on a marriage or relationship. We know these things. So try to schedule some alone time for you two so you guys can go have fun, go to the woods and go camping, or go rock climbing, or go drive your Jeeps off-road, or go for a bike ride or something like that. But something that you guys haven't done in a while will definitely help to bring you guys back to the reason you guys got together in the first place, and bring back some of those old I would say first time newbie feelings for one another. So again, if you're with somebody, you're married or whatever it may be, go do something you guys haven't done in a long time. If you're starting to see somebody a little bit more seriously, then perhaps you guys start becoming a little bit more vulnerable, just around each other and what you say around each other in order to strengthen your bond. And if you're just kind of looking around and dating, I do see it being a great month to go out on some dates. So, all right, let's take a look into career. And we have the Eight of Cups. Okay, all right. Normally, I have a couple of messages, but on this one is just one definite message and this obviously is not for all of you. This is going to be for a small portion of you guys, but some of you guys are going to take May as the sign. Whatever is coming up, it's like, now I'm hearing Ace of Base, the sign. I saw the sign. No, but something happening at work where it's like, you know what, that is it. And I was getting this with, was it Taurus? I think I was getting this with Taurus too. So Cancer and Taurus. This might be the month, May might be the month that you're like, I don't vibe with this job anymore at all, and that's it. I'm out of here. And even if you do work for yourself, it might be like, you know what, I gave this the good college go, or the old college go. It's not working out. I'm gonna try something else. So I do see like a stepping away of what you're doing to make cash as of right now. So like I said, that's just a small portion of you, obviously not a lot of you, but hopefully whoever needed that message got the message. Okay, I would like to also look into opportunities and blocks that we might run into in the month of May, and I'm going to use my Universal Folk Oracle for that. Whoops, whoops. These cards are just like exploding out of their boxes, like they just can't wait to talk to you guys. All right, let's take a look into opportunity. Ooh, ooh, ooh. See what I'm talking about? These cards are just exploding. Okay, and possible block. Okay. All right, put these away just like so. Okay, so a possible block that you might encounter, Cancer, in May of this year. Uniqueness, unique, perfect self-honor. This deck has such lovely images. Ooh, you know what I just noticed in her hands? It kind of looks like she has little crabby claws, kind of. Well, that's a perfect card then, isn't it? Okay. Okay. So, Cancer, you know, I know that we have a kind of a mixture of, you know, at least in Western astrology, we have a mixture of signs within us. We have a rising sign, a sun sign, a moon sign. We have, you know, different planets in other in other signs. We have our north nodes and south nodes, and we have things that are trined and all of that good stuff. Kayla's like adorable card. I know, right? That's so cute. Um, but when you say, like those of you that are Cancer suns, I'm a Cancer, or even if I said I'm a Gemini or I'm a Taurus or I'm a Sagittarius, automatically, like people who maybe study astrology, they think something about you. Oh, then you must be this way. And yes, we do share some of those traits, but we have such a mixture in us. We're kind of our own unique person. And so this uniqueness card, it feels like many Cancers out there trying to conform to the way others would like to see them. Like, oh, well, you're this, so you should be more like this. I was just giving like astrology to, you know, as just kind of like, I guess, a metaphor or something. But like, oh, you're a Cancer, you should be more like this. Or you came from this neighborhood, you should be more like this. You know, people basically putting you into a box and putting a little label on you and saying, this is how you should be. Oh, you work for that person, so this makes you this kind of person. You know, we're a lot of different unique personalities that could work in one business. So a possible block to you really expressing who you are and possibly creating this like emperor attitude of like, well, I'll just like go ahead and take charge because I guess that's what everybody's expecting of me. I'm just going to go ahead and, you know, do everything. Just be mindful of when you feel yourself changing, you know, maybe not entirely who you are, but just changing in the moment to make somebody else feel more at ease or comfortable around you because they need you to fit in a particular box. Now, we do have to have discretion on this because sometimes, you know, who I want to be is just like bouncy and wild. And, you know, if I was working at a really conservative job, you know, I can't like be bouncing all around. Like, let's say I worked at a library. I can't go shouting and hollering and like, woo! in the library unless that was that type of library. So, of course, I'm going to have to simmer down my personality just a little bit and decide, okay, maybe now is not the time for me to go like Gemini crazy, you know, while I'm at work. But more what I'm talking about here is when somebody might look at me and they decide that, you know, oh, well, somebody your age should definitely be dressing like this, you know, and they're kind of like making innuendos that I should be dressing a particular way. And, you know, if I was like, you know, really cared about what they thought, which I don't, but I would be like, oh, well, yeah, I should change. You know, I'm starting to feel really self-conscious. Then I'm changing who I truly am, you know, for somebody else. So just be mindful of that, Cancer, if that does come up. Don't let people boss you around into being somebody they want you to be. Okay, be you, be true. Okay, so a possible opportunity, we have remembrance, remembering love, loss, and healing. Look at all the kitty cats. Oh. Okay. Oh, this is actually an opportunity in love. You know, I just talked about that love reading there, and it was the Two of Cups. You know, saying that if you know, aren't dating anybody at the moment, but you're kind of looking around to date somebody, that there's definitely going to be some people on your radar that you can ask out on a date. But I was also saying, you know, for people who are just now getting to know each other and kind of get into a relationship, becoming more vulnerable with one another. La Luna says, I'm loving the messages for these oracle cards. I know, I love these cards so much. And then there's people in relationships, long-term relationships, you know, or maybe they go and try something or go back and do something they haven't done together in a very long time and bring back some of those feelings of just, you know, at the beginning of dating. So I'm getting with this card, an opportunity is really to get in touch with the past, but also the present and how far you've come in that relationship. So, you know, if you've been dating somebody or married to somebody or, you know, whatever it be, your partner of 5 years, of 50 years, you know, maybe 60 years, I don't know. And we go back and remember, oh, we used to do, you know, this thing, and you always go back and do it. It's like, wow, not only is it nostalgic that you know, can go back and see your person, your partner, and see them how you used to see them, but also through the eyes of who you are now, and also realizing that you've grown quite a bit in the interim. So this is a wonderful time. There's a wonderful opportunity for you guys to do more than just go out on a date with one another again, you know, as you used to. This is really a big growth perspective thing for you and your partner. So, hey. Okay. Oh, okay. Last card. This is going to be our viewer poll. So please vote. So everybody who is in the chat today, I'm going to give you 2 questions. You vote on the question that you would like me to pull a card on. Most votes wins. Okay, so vote with a red heart emoji, or if you don't have emojis, just type red heart. Vote with a red heart emoji if you would like to have me pull a card for April showers bring May flowers. What lesson must be learned before my next biggest manifestation can come to fruition? Okay, the question is, what lesson must be learned before my next biggest manifestation can come to fruition? Okay, if you like that question, vote with a red heart. Or the second question, vote with a green heart if you want me to pull a card for what outer truth am I ignoring? Okay, the question again was, what outer truth am I ignoring? Okay, you guys, go ahead and cast your votes. Red heart for the lesson that needs to be learned before the next biggest manifestation, or the green heart, your outer truth. What outer truth are you ignoring? All right, so La Luna has a green heart. Do we have any other votes? We can always ask James to vote, and then I can flip a coin. All right, so let me move these decks kind of off to the side here so I can make room for this. Kayla also has a green heart. All right, so it looks like we're going with green heart. Woo! All right, we're gonna use my 100 Ink Animals deck. This is a really fun indie deck. And let's take a look into what outer truth are we ignoring. So what outer truth are we ignoring? What outer truth are we ignoring? What outer truth are we ignoring? Whoa! Dude, these cards, I swear, they're talkative today. All these decks. Outer truth am I ignoring? Outer truth. Ooh, okay, that's my card. Okay, I'm gonna put these down. let's take a look at what our card is. So what outer truth are we ignoring? Oh, we have the birdie, a booby, and it says foolish. Okay, give me a moment with this animal's medicine. Okay. Okay. Um, Whoa, it was just like a lot of messages all at once. Okay, let me just grab that one again. Okay. So when it comes to how the outside world sees us and how we see ourselves, sometimes are two completely different things. So you might be feeling as of late kind of like this bird. And this bird says, the keyword is foolish, but it's called a booby, and like in, I guess 1950s speak and 1940s speak, they used to say when somebody was acting like a clown or somebody was being foolish, they would say they're acting like a boob, so somebody's silly. And so this bird is supposed to be kind of like a silly bird, so it's called a booby. So we may have been feeling as though we have been foolish looking, like it's foolish to, act a particular way, even though it's our personality, it's who we are, or to dress a particular way, but that's just who we are. So we might have become self-conscious, just guesstimating how other people are seeing us. Oftentimes we don't actually know. We're just guessing. Oh, that person was looking at me funny. They probably don't like how I'm dressed. And then we freak out and we become very self-conscious, if people are just looking or just staring. And sometimes they're just looking right through you. Their mind is somewhere else, but because of our insecurities about who we are and being confident enough to show the world who we are, we sometimes project that onto other people that we think are staring at us, or people that we think were looking at us one too many times, that they were judging us and they were thinking things about us, when really, do you actually know what that person was thinking, or are you projecting your own insecure thoughts onto that person? So an outer truth is, not everybody is seeing you the way you see yourself. You may be seeing yourself as, speaking in all kinds of negatives, which we know is not true. Yes, all of us have areas that we can improve on, but we also have quite a light. We have many beautiful attributes and personality traits and gifts that we can share with the world. So if you find that you're very self-critical and speaking negatively about yourself, and you find that you think other people are doing the same, it might just be a projection. So that might be some time to go inwards, find out, where is this coming from? Where is this, I don't feel worthy, or I feel insecure, I don't feel so good. Oh, Misha's gotta go home. Oh no. Well, we'll catch you in the replay. Hope you have a lovely evening. So yeah, if next time you're feeling really insecure around people or a group of people or a particular person, it's time to, when you have some time, go inward and decide, where is this insecurity coming from? That I don't think that I think that, all these people are thinking negative things about me. Where is all this self-critical, negative self-talk coming from? And then, start making strides towards working on healing that. So something, I think, good advice for all of us, but, especially for Cancer. I know you have that hardened shell, and sometimes are feeling very self-conscious or shy about having people see the soft parts of you on the inside, the loving parts of you. So let yourself shine. Let yourself shine. And regardless of what other people we think they're thinking, we actually don't know. So in that case, just keep doing your thing. Shine, shine, shine. Okay. I would like to go into our healing, actually. And I have my little healing instrument, my little drum here. And I'm going to walk you guys through a little guided meditation. And my intention with this meditation is to have you guys focus on your breath and focus on your intentions for the month of May. What is it that you would like to breathe in? What would you like to bring in? A knowing or a courage to do something or a particular mindset or belief. And as you exhale, what is something that you would like to release? Just like the full moon, we go into release mode. What is it that you would like to let go of in May and beyond? Okay, so let's do that. I'm going to point the camera downwards and I'm going to walk you guys through a little guided meditation. It won't take too long, just a few minutes. Okay, so let's move this and all right. I'm just going to point this to the ground. Hey, there we go. Okay, I have a little drumsticks here. But first, let's just go ahead and get ourselves nice and grounded. So find yourself a nice comfortable place. You can be seated on the floor, in a chair, laying down on the bed. Just a place that's nice and comfortable for you, and a place that maybe you won't fall asleep. Okay. And as you get yourself nice and situated, start bringing your awareness to your breath. Feel the rise and fall of your chest. Feel the air as it comes in and the air as it leaves, whether you're breathing in and out through your nose or through your mouth. Just pay attention. And as you do, kind of do a little bit of a body scan and kind of feel around your body internally. Are you feeling any sort of aches, pains, places maybe you feel tight? And work on sending love to those areas of the body as you continue your breath. Nice big inhale in, filling up the chest, the diaphragm, the stomach, and exhale. Nice full exhale, belly button to the spine. Inhale again. And exhale. Continue breathing in this fashion. And as you do, start to visualize your intention for the month of May. What do you want? After listening to all of the messages in this reading, what would you like to get out of May? What do you want to breathe in? Focus on that. And with every exhale, what do you want to release? What would you like to let go of? Continue breathing these intentions. As you continue breathing, if you can, imagine roots, big roots coming out of your legs, your feet, going down, down into the earth, mixing, mingling, twirling, flowing through all the other cords, roots, both energetic and physical, that live within the soil of Mama Gaia. The energetic roots of crystals, the physical roots of plants, the energetic roots of animals, of humans, of all energy on this planet. The energy of the water, Earth's companion. Feel into that as your roots begin to reach the center of the earth. Feel the warm core of Mama Gaia. Wrap your roots around and know that you are grounded, you are protected, and you are the child of Gaia. Feel that heartbeat, that Koyopa energy, which is spirit energy. It's the lightning bolt, the life force of everything on this planet. Feel that energy moving upwards through your roots, through your body, every cell in your body, through every chakra, and out the top of your head towards source energy. Allow Gaia energy to fill source. And as you imagine this, imagine source energy riding down from your crown chakra, your third eye, your throat, your heart, your solar plexus, your sacral, your root chakra, down into the earth. You are at a beautiful time where you can be a conduit for these two energies. You are both of Source and of Gaia in duality. These two energies flowing through your body, up and down. Okay, continue these visualizations and I will begin the music. Continue breathing. All right, you guys, continue breathing and bringing your awareness back into your body. Wiggle your fingers, your toes, come back to planet Earth. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed this month's reading. Let me know if you have any questions. And those of you watching the replay, you know, I always look forward to reading your comments. So thank you all who came into the live chat today. Thank you to everybody who's going to watch the replay, for all of the thumbs ups, for all the shares, and all of you guys that have become subscribers of this channel. Thank you so much. Like I said, all of my information is down below. Thank you, Kayla. Thank you. So yeah, just go check it out. Like I said, you could check out Leon Mystery School, Desert Cauldron. We're coming up on our 1-year anniversary. Or check out Kittens, Weights, and Tarot and all of my readings. And again, thank you to everyone. And I also would like to thank not only people who've popped into the chat, but all the people who've done super chats and super stickers. Thank you so much. This is what I do for my full-time job, and I love it. I love being able to interact with you guys and to sling some cards. So I thank you all very much for enabling me to do what I do to help you guys in the best way that I know how. All right, and also to my patrons, thank you so much. So Michelle, Surian, Brandy, V, Samara, the Silver Wheel Witch, Kirsten, Jason, Kayla, and Brian. Thank you all so much. And yeah, I hope you guys have a fabulous rest of your evening. Yeah, and well, some of you guys are going to bed, so have a good night. Some of you guys are going to stay up for a while, so have a great evening. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to be doing Leo. So tomorrow, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I'm going to be doing the Leo reading. But I'll be on tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. for the weekly reading. So if you want to hang out with us in the morning, then hopefully I'll see you there. All right, catch you later. Peace, love, and chicken grease. Peace out. Bye, guys.